This is the Power 5 or Power 1 headstock and an explanation of the location of the handles and what the handles do. Yep. The speed change mechanism for this headstock is geared. We also make the variable speed. It has selections that are in groupings. The individual selections have 3 each in each grouping. There are 6 groupings. Each of them would select the lowest RPM to the highest RPM, and the total is 6. This is an oil lubrication sensor that tells us that there is lubrication going to the headstock when it's running. If it does not show oil, it cannot run. This handle works in conjunction with the selection of headstock speeds where it had the 6 selections. It has a low, a medium, a neutral, and a high. The 6-speed handles work in conjunction with the 3 geared handles. Okay, the 6-speed selection works in conjunction with the handle that gives you the 3 additional selections, which give you the total of 18 speeds. The 18 speeds consist of low, medium, high, and also a selection for neutral, so that the spindle can be rotated in a neutral position. This is the selection for the lead screw and feed rod rotation, so that you can change the direction of the apron or carriage when operating and threading and feeding. This is the oil sight glass for to determine if there's oil in the headstock. The other sight glass we saw earlier determines whether it's pumping. This is the thread and feed chart. Feeds are at the top, giving you spindle speeds and feed rates. The other charts, the other 4 charts, are for inch, metric, diametrical, and module pitches, showing the selections of the levers to operate, to select each feed rate. The thread and feed charts select the fit threads or feeds by using the handles on the apron and the handles on the thread gearbox. The thread gearbox starts out with the first handle is for your feed rate, your threading capability, your metric, and your diametrical pitches. The next handle covers the selections on the chart above, giving you your different selections for different threads or feeds. The next one determines whether you're going to be threading in inch or metric. The next one at the top left gives you A, B, or C, which corresponds to the chart. The next one down to lower right is C and D, giving you also corresponds to the thread and feed chart. And the bottom one, E and F, also corresponds to the thread and feed chart. When you select each of those handles, this will determine a feed along with the lever that has the 1 through 10. That would determine the feed rates or the threads that you're going to select. This is the control buttons for the headstock. There's an additional set on the apron. The first one is a jog for the main spindle to change your speed selections or to tighten your chuck jaws. The next one is for power off or motor off. The next one is for spindle rotation start. The next one is for e-stop, which will apply the brake at the same time. The next one is for coolant on off. The next one is the power on light. And the next one is power on. You start by pushing power on, the light comes on, and then all the rest of the buttons will work in conjunction. I didn't talk about that. This is the compound that sits on the saddle. The engagement for the compound feed would be this mushroom button here. The compound swivels, the degrees are stamped into the top of the cross slide, the mounts for the compound. The compound does have 3 locks for rigidity. Compound to the cross slide to the lubrication for the saddle and cross slide. This lubrication lever is adjustable from increasing the lubrication to the ways or increasing the lubrication to back and return to the saddle. This will help to keep lubrication even depending on the kind of operation that you do. The next lever down is the engagement of the feeds. When you push this lever down, this engages the feeds. It will automatically kick out. If you come up to a stop, it does have a clutch. This handle is used to engage the feed for your cross and for your longitudinal feed rates. Also, there is a neutral in case you're using rapid. This handle is for your moving of your cross, your saddle. The other handle, this is the engagement of your for your threading. The thread engagement handle and your thread dial is located in the same area. The first switch on the left-hand side of the plate is for a spindle rotation, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Second switch is jogging to jog your spindle for positioning. The third switch is for the rapid. This gives you rapid, 6-way rapid. You can either have rapid in your on your compound, on your cross slide, or on your apron. The lower left hand is for brake on or coast to stop. The next one is the headstock spindle start. The next one is the headstock spindle stop. The emergency stop is for the entire machine. You hit the emergency stop, the brake will automatically come to an abrupt stop. The spindle will come to a stop. The next one is for an optional item, which is a copying attachment, which is located at the rear of the machine. This is an option that's not generally sold on all models. We may end up doing this all over again. There is an adjustable stop that can be adjusted so that you could keep your carriage from coming too close to your chuck. That can be moved for other applications. I stumbled on a couple of those words. Do it again. This is in a bar support that is picked up by the carriage and dropped off at pre-selected locations to keep your bars and your lead screw steady. There you go. Yep. This switch located at the bottom of the carriage is the one that is actuating the stop on the two adjustable stops, one at the headstock, one at the tailstock. This is an additional bar support on the longer lays, and this was also picked up and dropped off by the carriage. And at the end of the bed, you'll notice that there's another adjustable stop to limit the travel of the carriage in the reverse direction. This is the gear that is used to move the tailstock along the rack. Handles placed on here, and you're able to, once you unbolt the tailstock, you can move it with ease. The next handle, which is a lock. This handle can be engaged or disengaged at different times, and there are steps in the bed that it would be locked against, so that if you use a very heavy load, the tailstock cannot move. The bolt in the back, and there is an additional bolt forward that is the ones that clamp the tailstock to the bed. The handle on the left is high and low for feed rates, for manual feed rates. This hand wheel here is for your manual operation, which has a dial. Back view of the bed showing the blocks that are casted to keep the tailstock, prevent the tailstock from moving. Tailstock, tailstock quill, tailstock lock handle. This is to lock the quill in place. All of the Power 1 and Power 5 lathes have the quill that has the engraved dimensions, either in metric or millimeter. They I shouldn't have said. This is the rail for the copying attachment, which is an optional feature on the Power 1 and Power 5. It is designed to clamp a pattern onto the bar to copy it, or a round part between the two centers, and to copy that feature also. This machine is equipped with a 9-inch spindle bore. We offer 3-inch, 6-inch, 9-inch, all the way through to 25-inch. This machine also is equipped with a rear spindle mount and a guard to protect the operator. It is common on sizes of spindles from the 9-inch and above.